The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Point win. And now we're joined by Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincey after this victory as the Lady Eagles win it by 13 points. And Coach Anderson scored 6 of the first 8 points. Then you guys were able to come back, kind of seize control of the game. It felt like you capped quarters really strong in this game. Why was your team so efficient down the stretch in every quarter throughout the game?
Well, one thing that Anderson has done really well this year is gotten to the free throw line. They've driven it to the rim because they're very athletic, have good athletic guards. We did a really good job in the first half, only putting them at the free throw line, I think 3 times. I believe that was the right stat, 3 times. And then, rebounding-wise, they've always been a great rebounding team, particularly on the offensive end, and we out-rebound them in the first half, did out-rebound them from an offensive perspective. So I just think keeping them off the free throw line in the first half and our rebounding and our half-court defense was good. We didn't press a lick all game, which goes against what we normally do. So they bought into the game plan, and I'm proud of how a lot of players stepped up tonight.
Last week, Newberry was able to out-rebound you pretty much the entire second through fourth quarter periods. You out-rebound an Anderson team that is a very strong rebounding unit by 5. What do you think of your team's effort on the glass?
Well, when we came out of the Newberry game, we were at a -9, and we had to look at that all week until we got to play again, that, getting 31 rebounds is not going to win you very many games. And we challenged them, that if you don't box Anderson out, they'll kill you on the glass. And if you don't rebound well and just be tough about it, because they're very physical, very athletic, and it would be something that if we don't, do a good job in that statistical category, that we're not going to come out of here as a winner. So to hear that we out-rebounded that team by 5, I'm very proud of our team.
After last week, you wanted to have a better shooting performance. You make 8 3-pointers in this ball game. Braylon hits 3. Addison Bird hits 4. What was the key to setting up some good looks from 3?
We had looks against Newberry. We just didn't cash in on them. And we had talked about, we're going to hit more 3s than 4 a game. I mean, that was just a one-game deal, and to come in again, they're a good defensive team too. But not a lot of those shots weren't just wide open. I mean, I think Bird had a couple, but you're talking about kids, when you talk about Bird and Braylon, that can make shots with somebody guarding them or have a hand in their face. And certainly glad that they do that, because when we can start having that inside-out game, I think we can be a pretty decent team.
Let's talk about Braylon Weichel for a second. Looked like she was dealing with a couple different health-related issues, but 29 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. In crunch time, she came up clutch. What can you say about her effort?
She's from South Green, man. She's tough as nails. When she went down there, we were just glad it was a cramp. I had no doubt that she would come back in the game and actually make some big plays for us after the first cramp, and then came with. But a kid like that, you just know that she's putting in extra time. Probably needs to get a few more fluids in her before we play, but she's just a warrior, man, and stepped up when we needed her to. And when you're playing through injuries like that and cramps, even I wasn't going to put her in there the second time. She's like, I'm good, I can do it. And we got just enough out of her, and then finally got her out of the game with about 7 seconds left.
Skylar Boshiers hadn't played meaningful minutes in a basketball game in almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Couple 4 rebounds in this game. She gets 3 points, a couple assists, played great defense.
Yeah.
What can you say about her effort?
Well, she's been scoring really well in practice, one of our better scorers actually, and that will come. When you haven't played basketball as long as she has, I'm sure there was a little bit of nerves there and all that kind of stuff, but her defense, her length, and her ability to move and play defense was really key tonight, especially against some of their guards, and I thought she did a pretty good job of staying in front of some really good athletic guards, so that that's going to spell good things in the future for her.
Of everything that has happened so far this season, and it feels like we've been in the season for a month and a half, and you've only played 2 games.
Yeah.
To beat a champion like Anderson in this manner, not only to win by 13, but to basically hold a double-digit lead every time that they had a punch.
Yeah.
You punched right back. How important is that for you as a coach to see that this early in the year?
Well, to see us rebound from the Newberry game, I thought we had opportunities in the Newberry game to stretch our lead out. We all know what happened in the fourth quarter. We went 9 minutes without scoring and still won the game by 9. But, Anderson has been, as you put in your article, they've been the best team in our league. They won the league two times in a row here in back-to-back years. And we like playing them because they're good. They're well coached. They've always got good players. They're like us. They lost an All-American from last year, which changes our dynamic, changes theirs a little bit. But anytime we can get a win against them, it's obviously very good. And they had a 4-game winning streak against us, so it's nice to actually break that winning streak and be on the winning end.
Coach, thanks for the time. Look forward to talking to you before Saturday.
All right, thank you, Michael.